Alright, this is going to be a short video. It is a ridiculously nice day out and I want to go and enjoy it with him. Tor, say hello. Tor's wearing the chapeau that he got for Valentine's Day. He and his dad have matching, I guess they're considered ivy caps, kind of like the newsy look. It's a beautiful day out. It's ridiculous. It's like 60 degrees and sunny, not a cloud in the sky, sun beating down, so we want to get back out there. But I wanted to do a really quick questions, 5-question video. 5 questions that I have been messaged about a lot and that people ask me about a lot, and I just want to kind of, mention them. The first question is, do we plan to have more children? The answer is yes, 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 yes. Now, that each yes isn't for another child. I would love to have a lot more children, but my husband is just set on one more. So we're set on one more. I guess there's always a possibility we could talk about more than that, but it looks like that seems like what we're gonna do. So we'll have one more child probably around the time that I am 37, which should be close to right before he turns 2. We'll start trying maybe for another one. That's the plan anyway. Plans can, change, but that's the plan. I'm not getting any younger, so we don't want to wait too long. And we also want him to be sort of close in age with his sibling. Question number 2 that I get a lot is kind of a personal one for him, but I'm going to answer it anyway, and it's the circumcision question. I can always take this video down when he's a little older, but he is circumcised, and I have to say that the woman did a beautiful job, but I would not circumcise him if I had the chance to do it over again. It's not that he doesn't look great, and we wanted him to, kind of be similar to his dad and similar to other people, but I just thought it was a terrible experience. I was traumatized by the experience personally, and I don't think I would do it again. I mean, I don't know what would happen if I had another boy. That's a really tough one, because I'm sure that I'll just have to discuss it with my husband, but for my personal feeling is that I wish that I hadn't circumcised him. I think he was perfect the way he was. He looks great now, nothing wrong with him, don't get me wrong, but it was just upsetting to me, and it just doesn't seem to make sense that for a non-medical reason we would do that. I don't want to offend anyone. If you believe in it, if you circumcise your child, that's your choice. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. But for me, I wish that I hadn't, and I feel like it would have been something that I would have not done if I could go back in time. Because I have a lot of strange guilt about it, and, I just don't think it's necessary. I don't see any reason to alter my baby from his natural state. So, that's another one. Another question I get a lot is cloth diapering. Are we cloth diapering? And the sad answer is no. We're not cloth diapering. I do have some G diapers, some little G pants, and I use them on him from time to time, but it's just been too hard. I don't really have any help, and since we're a single income family, and husband is working all the time, and it's just a lot. I don't think I could handle the laundry, and with the G diapers, they get expensive and they don't quite last as long as the other diapers. I try to use them when I can, and I'd like to maybe transition him into using them more, but right now what we're doing is the 7th generation diapers typically is what we use. So at least it's a little less offensive. They're, better for him than the other diapers, and better for the environment. Would I like to change that down the road? Yes, I would. I'd love to become more cloth, oriented, but we'll see if it actually happens or not. Because it just hasn't worked out with our schedule. But it is something that I value a tremendous amount. So another question that people ask, and it's actually been in my videos before, is where we're located. And I'm in Portland, Oregon. I'm obviously not going to be specific about where we are, or not too specific, but we're kind of near the southeast, and we're in Portland, Oregon. And we love it here. We moved here a year ago, actually almost a year ago to the date. It was like February 8th, from New York City. And it's a really, really great place to live. There's a great quality of life, and it's just it's wonderful. It's a wonderful place. I hope that we can stay and make it work. So far, it seems to be working out well. And finally, the fifth question that I would say I get the most is about buying a house. So do we plan to buy a house? Do we own a house now? Do we own where we live? And the answer to that is we do plan on buying a house. Do we have any immediate plans? No. And we're not at this point, we just have to figure out some things financially, and we want to make sure we're trying to save up and thinking about, expanding our family. We're in a 1-bedroom apartment, which is a beautiful area. And there's a nice yard space around us, and we have a private entrance, which is nice. But obviously, as Tor gets a little older, we'll have to move into a bigger place, and whether we're going to be renting or buying is going to be determined a lot by various factors in the future that we aren't planning for. So I'd say yes, we really want to have a house. Eventually, we're going to buy a house for sure. When that is, I don't know, and I don't know, we're trying to figure it out and trying to figure out what's affordable in the neighborhood and what will work for us the best, because it's really just more of a financial thing than anything else. So those are 5 questions, 5 frequently asked questions that people have been messaging me about. If you have other questions, feel free to write them. I'm not promising that I'll answer every one. I'm happy to answer, questions that I feel comfortable with, but there are some questions that just don't, and if a bonus question that I do get asked a lot too is, are we exclusively breastfeeding, and when we plan to introduce solids? And I'd say yes, we're exclusively nursing right now. We plan to introduce solids actually starting at 24 weeks, so he's 23 weeks today. That means that next week he meets the criteria for solids. I'm just going to start them very gradually. I hope to nurse him until he's at least a year old, if not older. But we do want to introduce some solids into his life, get him a chance to get used to trying different foods, and I think it's an exciting thing to get ready for. So here's Tor. Tor, say hello. Torbot. He's got a very cute little pirate shirt on under here, but he's been spitting up a lot. I just fed him, so I put this bib on him. It was a gift from a friend. So anyway, gorgeous day out here in Portland. We're gonna go enjoy the rest of it, but that is frequently asked questions. All right.